G'day guys, welcome back to the second week of the finals for AHGL. As you may notice, Maynarde and Zepph, we are still here. We got past the grueling round one. Commiserations to our opponent, Dr. Zealot. Thank you so much for your votes. But we are in the final stages, and this is also the final stages for the players, more importantly, Zepph. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. It looks like we have a fair few matches. I'm really liking this best of 7 format.
Yeah, it's quite exciting.
Best of 7 or best of 9? It's best of 7, isn't it?
Best of 7, yep.
Yes, and best of 5 last time. So it's really great. We get more games, and last time we had a lot of sick and exciting games, guys. Make sure you go and watch those if you missed out, because there's some pretty crazy stuff there.
AHGL has been so good as to put all of our casts into a neat little bundle on YouTube for all of you guys to watch all at once. If you want to watch the Maynarde and Zepph replays, suggest you check out Game 3 of last week, which is the most insane ZVZ I've ever seen in my life, and I will never soon forget it. But let's move on to brighter things, hopefully brighter things. We've got Amazon versus Storm8, Zepph. And Amazon, we've had the pleasure of casting before, Storm8 maybe once as well, so we're just going to have a look at the players for game number 1. This is going to be Cicero and Shiver on Neo Planet S. And now to talk a little bit about Cicero, our buddy Cicero. He is a software development engineer, not unlike myself. Fist bump Cicero. He has got a 50-50 record in 3-3, and he is a Protoss player. Obviously, his champion is MC, as all Protoss players should be. And we're expecting, yeah, if he's got MC as an icon to look up to, no doubt. He's got a bit of a micro monster, a bit of a game player for the mind games.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Shiva, you might be in a little bit of trouble. He's got 1 win, 2 losses. Hasn't come out too much in this season so far, but he's also a Protoss player and a fellow software engineer. So, a mirror matchup indeed we've got coming up.
Well, so PvP is one of those things that might need a software engineer to solve, Zepph, because there are so many variables. And you're going to need a good logic brain to fix things up in this matchup. It's quite crazy. DTs, Void Rays, oh my.
For sure.
So, yeah. Without further ado, guys, we don't want to talk too much because we just want to watch the games, as I'm sure you do too. So let's get started. Jumping straight into game number 1. Let's do it. All right, in the top right here of Neo Planet S, we have got Shiver.
And his opponent is going to be the blue Protoss. In the bottom left-hand corner, it is Cicero.
Indeed. Now, as mentioned, this matchup very volatile right now. A lot of Protosses keeping the aggression on to force decisions out of their opponent instead of just sitting back and turtling up is not really something you can do in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen a few PvPs in AHGL so far. I think along the way we've seen maybe 3 or 4 now, and they've all actually been quite short because people, like you said, really still trying to feel out that early game, because it's not necessarily just about surviving the 4-gate anymore. It's about surviving whatever else might come at you. The builds seem very tricky to figure out, just to make sure that you don't die.
Yeah, it used to be 4-gate, way back in the day when Protoss only had one build against each other. And, yeah, right now there's actually a million different things you can do. There's the Stargate openings, there's actually expanding greedy openings, there's obviously proxy pylons, proxy gateways, cannons, DTs, oracles, geez, millions, billions things. Immortal Sentry still kind of works.
Indeed.
Yeah. A little bit crazy.
We have seen the Protoss players in the games that we've seen in the AHGL so far go for very early double gas. So oftentimes we've been seeing players go straight for that Stargate, or even in one case we saw a rather quick DT shrine. So I'm kind of expecting to see something out of these players of a similar nature, to be honest, because the Stargate definitely very popular right now. People are really trying to figure out how to use that in the early game. DT is not so much, but I would not be upset at all if we saw a DT shrine.
No, and in fact I've been seeing some streamers, some Protoss streamers have been going for very fast DTs in PvP and actually expanding in the back of it, so it's kind of cool to see. They either straight up win or get a huge lead from it most of the time, because a lot of Protosses aren't opening Robo anymore, because if you open Stargate instead, you have the Oracle as a detector and also as a mineral line harassment as well. So I think Robo play is starting to get phased out a little bit, and people definitely opting for Gateway or Stargate compositions.
Yeah, true. I mean, the other thing about the Robo is that it lets you scout, and that's really, really important now that the Protoss versus Protoss matchup has changed so much. But you're absolutely right. The Stargate once again fills that role because you just fly on in and have a good look around while you're harassing. So it's about that time where we're going to start seeing what they're going to get up to. So far, we just have a second gate on the way for Shiver. And what's going on for Cicero?
Well, Cicero's just got the one gate at the moment, powering that gateway upgrade, and both players, I gotta say, just haven't got their gases yet, which is a little strange for PvP. And also a pretty quick forge from Shiver here, so this is interesting. Oh, and what's this probe up to in the top here, just above to the north of Cicero's base set?
Yeah, it looks like it's actually just going to be a straight-up 4-gate from Cicero. He's kicking it old school.
Just as we said, 4-gate doesn't happen anymore. Don't worry, guys, if you've been following our casts, we just like to be wrong every now and then. It ain't no thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And wow, on the flip side, we've got Shiva going 2 gates, then forward. So if he can drop some cannons, that's going to be great for him to defend this. Ooh. But as it stands, he might be in a spot of bother.
He's trying to set up a proxy pylon position here, and the Zealot is helping out a lot, taking a lot of hits from these Stalkers. But now that it's 3 Stalkers versus 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker, he should be able to clean this up.
Oh wow, yeah, definitely.
Oh, there could be a warp in though.
They're going to have to get on out of here or be saved by a warp in, and it looks like Cicero's really angling for the warp in. He's trying to buy time. Nice. Gets 1 Stalker but loses his own in return.
Yeah, losing that Stalker a little bit annoying, but he does clean it up, and he needs to start clearing out these proxy pylons. There is still a warp-in cycle available here, and Shiver doing an interesting thing here, walling in his natural, kind of, with 3 cannons. So this will actually help him out quite a lot until he walks past it.
Oh, can he get past it? He can block him from getting up the ramp there, and those cannons can really do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they are actually doing a great lot of damage on these Stalkers. Softening up to, oh god, just straight up killing Stalkers as they walk up the ramp. That's terrible for Cicero, really good for Shiver. And he can just use the probes to clear up this last Stalker.
Indeed, he can. Doesn't have warp gates up just yet. He's morphing those in now, and then he will be able to finally clean up that Stalker. But that was actually the perfect amount of photon cannons down there at the natural to stop any more of those units getting in.
Wow, good hold from Shiver. I've never seen this random, or not random, but single pylon cannon wall done before in PvP. And I gotta say, it's looking really good. Actually, I've seen a couple guys try it in PvT, like just get a bunch of cannons and go for a really fast expand. But yeah, never in this matchup. This is always about gateway units usually. Yeah,
for sure. And Cicero's still going at it. Of course, it is a 4-gate. He really doesn't have any more options. Yeah, he just has to go for it at this point. And he's feeling the pressure right now. I mean, no one wants to attack into 3, soon to be 4 photon cannons and a defender's advantage at this point.
And Shiver is so smart. He knows what he's up against. He knows he's up against a 4-gate, and he just knows that all he has to do is survive, and he'll be in a great lead here with his Nexus on the way.
Yeah, he'll be in a super good position. I really don't see Cicero breaking this, but as you said earlier, we've been wrong before.
Yeah, that's right. We could be wrong more than once a game, guys. Breaking new levels for Maynarde Zepph here.
Definitely.
Lots of Zealots coming in. And these Stalkers just want to walk past the cannons to get into the main, but there is still a lot of Stalkers in the main here for Cicero. They'll have another warp in very, very shortly.
Oh, is
wow.
he actually going to
Oh
do it?
my god!
Has he just snuck enough units through? The last Stalker tries to retreat to the cannons, but doesn't quite make it. Now there is a sole Stalker left in the main. Probes have to be pulled for a second time this game, but there are no reinforcements for Cicero. Shiver, excuse me. Perhaps he has to evacuate to his natural where all the cannons are.
Oh my god, it's actually getting really chaotic here. A lot of Stalkers in the main, and he just doesn't have enough to warp in, and oh my god, GG! I did not see that happening, Zepph. That definitely looked like a Shiver game there. Yeah, wrong twice. Wrong twice. That's a new record for us, guys. So
yeah,
thanks for your votes. But anyway, that PvP, quite insane, as all PvPs are. And basically we just saw, because of the dropped cannons, the other crux of dropping your cannons is each cannon costs a gateway, guys, and he just didn't have enough production to keep up. Once there were 4 Stalkers in his main and all he could warp in was 2 at a time.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, he just didn't quite have enough units or something to just block that last little choke so that the units can squeeze past. So that was really well done by Cicero, muscling his way through that defense. That was really crazy.
Powered on through. So well done to Cicero. Commiserations to Storm8, who do begin the set 1 game down. So Amazon looking good out the gate, guys. We'll see you in game number 2.